I don't think this revived book is real. Jschlatt, he's fucking dead. I've seen his grave. His grave is real. His corpse is there. All right?
Why don't you go see him?
No, stop it.
Wake up. Back?
Oh god, all the poor angst fan artists who can't draw dead Tommy anymore. As I'm sure we're all aware, spoilers by the way, on March 1st, 2021, after being trapped in Pandora's vault along with Dream for a little over a week because of an attack on the prison, Dream took TommyInnit's final canon life when Tommy doubted the existence of the revived book Jschlatt gave to Dream. 2 days later, on March 4th, 2021, Dream revived Tommy, the first time resurrection has ever been used on the Dream SMP. Before we delve into the side effects this will have on the Dream SMP as a whole, I stayed up unreasonably late making this video, so if you do happen to enjoy this video, consider subscribing. It's completely free and you can always unsubscribe later and it helps me out quite a lot. But let's get into the analysis. I know some people genuinely thought Tommy died for good when Dream killed him, and I honestly have no idea why, because Dream was literally trying to convince Tommy the revived book worked before just suddenly killing him out of nowhere. When Tommy did end up coming back, he described to Dream what dying was like, and there's some interesting things he said. He said it was like being in a dark tunnel.
And then I came out, and then I was in a long hall, a tunnel of black and void, and not even black, just colorless.
Wilbur, Jschlatt, and Mexican Dream were there with him.
There was Jschlatt, there was Mexican Dream. He was there, which was confusing. He was loud, and there was Wilbur.
And possibly the most interesting part of all, 1 day in reality is 1 month in the afterlife.
I tried to give you time to. I wanted to ask you questions. So I tried to give you time.
You gave me
to
so much time. I was in there. You left me. How long? Where's Tubbo? How long? I was in there for months. You gave me so much time.
What?
Where's Tubbo? Where's Jack? Where's Phil? Where's Phil?
How long were you in there for?
A month or so. 2 months. Where's Phil? Where's Tubbo? Where are the people? Where's Fundy? Where's Sam?
You were there for 2 days, Tommy.
Additionally, Tommy seemed genuinely fearful of Wilbur when he came back to life, saying he was so much worse than he remembered.
The things I saw, the things he talked about, the things he said he will and the things he will do. Do not promise me, never and ever, Dream, look at me, never bring back Wilbur. Please. Please, Dream, I thought he was like my brother, right? Even before, I wasn't sure. I tried going to his revival, but it was too much, right? Because as much as I hate him, he was one of my best friends, whether I like him or not. Dream, I've been there for so long now. I take every last ounce of doubt I had back. Do not bring back Wilbur. Ever. Promise me you'll never do that, alright?
Now, this could be Tommy exaggerating. His character tends to do that a lot. But since Wilbur has been dead since November 16th, that would mean he's been trapped in the afterlife for about 108 days, or 108 months in afterlife time. Or about 9 years exactly. And a lot can change about a person in 9 years, especially when you're trapped in a dark tunnel for all that time with a madman who is on the run from the law and also Mexican Dream. Dream said he was going to revive Wilbur to help him escape from the prison, something which Tommy was vehemently opposed to.
I'm gonna bring back Wilbur, and Wilbur's gonna help me escape. He will owe me his life. And he's been there for how many years? He's probably the smartest man on the entire planet.
No, you won't bring back Wilbur. Promise me you won't. Promise me you won't.
Bring him back, and he is going to be the one to break me out of here.
Dream. I know this seems elaborate. Please, promise me you won't bring back Wilbur.
I'm bringing back Wilbur.
This struck me as odd, especially since Tommy has looked up to Wilbur so much in life and only began saying he was bad after his death. So what possibly could have happened in those 2 months Tommy spent dead? There's really no way to be sure, but no matter what, we know Dream will likely be reviving Wilbur in the next few days, and his escape from the prison is imminent after that. The fact that we've seen resurrection used in canon now, this opens up a lot of questions about how it will affect canon moving forward. No one would feasibly be able to canonically die ever again, but this just won't be the case. Dream is the only person who knows how to revive other people for now, and he's only going to revive those who will help him. Tommy provides him entertainment, and Wilbur will likely help him escape from the prison. But I'd imagine by the end of this plot arc, someone else will likely learn how to revive people, or the ability will be completely wiped out somehow, but likely by Dream's final canon death. Giving Dream this much power really makes him a bit of an overpowered villain with no real weaknesses. It's certainly very interesting writing, but there's no way anyone stands a chance against Dream as is. Speaking of all this though, I reckon we ought to analyze the afterlife a bit more. A location with a dark undertone, time moves differently, and being made of a solid color scheme sounds oddly familiar to me. The in-between, from the Tales from the SMP, is a hub of transportation which Karl Jacobs uses between his adventures. A completely white castle, but not like the burger place, filled with clues hinting at something darker, and something watching Karl. But what also is interesting is how in the latest episode of the Tales from the SMP, we see 3 different versions of Karl from a distance. It's a bit of an outlandish theory, but what if the in-between is actually the afterlife, just a different part than Wilbur and Tommy were in? Or hell, even a future version of the afterlife they were in, with those 3 Karls representing Wilbur, Jschlatt, and Mexican Dream. I'm not quite sure I believe that last part of the theory, but there does seem to be a connection between the in-between and the afterlife Wilbur and Tommy met in. Maybe even some sort of heaven and hell type situation, but I'm not about to theorize about religious undertones in the Minecraft roleplay in case I'm wrong, and it just looks like I'm reading way too much into this. If Dream revives Wilbur, I'd imagine he'll revive Jschlatt too, since Jschlatt could certainly help Dream with whatever nefarious plans he has after escaping the prison. In fact, I could see Dream reviving almost anyone who dies just to make them be in his debt in his eyes. Something which he brought up to Tommy and Tommy denied.
Your life is in my, like, you owe me your life.
Oh, you my life? You babe!
It's hard to make any hard theories on what will happen if Wilbur and Jschlatt are revived, since, like I said, 9 years is a lot of time. Wilbur could help Dream or just want to fend for himself. Jschlatt could make the gorilla lamp a canon part of Dream SMP lore.
Come on, let's see it.
What I can say, however, is that no matter what, the door's just been blown open to mean that when people die on the Dream SMP, they can come back, just only if Dream wants them to. Now, while this does make Dream extremely overpowered, I feel that if the ability to revive people was made publicly available to the whole SMP, then there would be almost no storyline stakes knowing anyone who dies is just going to immediately come back. Because of this, I think that it will likely be used a bit sparingly. Additionally, on top of all of this, Dream said directly to Tommy that he wanted to experiment with death to become unable to die.
I want to know how it works. I want to know about death. You know, we can study it. We can study it together. We can become immortal together by studying it.
I want absolutely fucking nothing to do with you. I came in here with the intent to never see you again. All right?
And he started referring to himself as a god.
I'm a god. I can bring people back to life. I didn't even know for sure that I could, but I can. I'm actually a god.
Dream. Stop talking. You're Stop.
I could kill people and just bring them back if I wanted to.
Dream, stop talking. Please, all right?
Tommy was fearful of Dream's growing god complex and threatened to kill him.
I have to kill you. This isn't even a matter of disliking you or not. Disregard all of our previous entanglements. You have to die.
But realized he would just be trapped in Dream's cell forever if he did.
What happens if I kill you in here?
Well, I mean, probably stuck in here. I mean, people think you're dead. Awesome seems pretty upset with me, so...
but if you're dead, Sam would let me out. Sam would let me out. Sam would let me out if you
realize you're in here for a while.
Well, the terms of the book was breaking in, not trying to kill. He'd let me out, right? Right?
Well, I mean, I'm not even sure how long it would take him to realize that you're, that you're in here. Might be a while, actually. Maybe it'd be a couple months. He wouldn't realize you're in here, and then when he does, he would realize he wouldn't know where I am. Maybe he'd think I escaped, and
So
you know what that means.
And this is interesting that Dream would trust Tommy enough to do something like this. I'd argue Dream's real motives for doing something like this would rather be being able to torture Tommy and repeatedly kill him. So the question I'm left with is, how has Dream not tried resurrecting anyone before this? You'd think as a test he'd try reviving Wilbur or Jschlatt or, hell, even his horse, Spirit. But that's when it hit me. Dream has revived someone already before Tommy. He revived Tommy's cow, Henry, for his collection.
What is...
Brian?
This isn't real, is it?
This
I watched Henry die.
Carl?
But why then? Why was Dream surprised when he revived Tommy?
Honestly, I was kind of scared it wouldn't work, but...
You were scared? You were scared it wouldn't work?
I mean, likely because a whole person is a bit different situation than a cow which Sapnap dragged off a cliff.
Let's go, Henry. Let's go.
No, are you...
Go on,
Wait.
Henry. Jump.
Where is Sapnap?
But maybe there's something more. Dream has said time and time again that he didn't want Tommy to die because they have so much fun together.
You said I'm not going to kill you, and I know you're not going to kill me. Right?
Why would I not kill you?
Because we have so much fun together.
Tommy is an experiment for Dream, someone to mess around with for evil reasons. But why? Why does Dream gravitate towards Tommy as someone to torment? A simple answer is Tommy's a challenge. He actually fights back against Dream time and time again, and Ranboo may be too easy for Dream, considering Dream can literally just tell Ranboo, hey, you committed a war crime, and now Ranboo spends a whole stream angst acting about how he might have committed a war crime.
Did I help Tommy blow up the house? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. No, you wouldn't. That's not you. No, that is you. No, it isn't. But it is.
Keeping in line with this whole shtick, I feel Dream will likely carry through with his threat and kill Tubbo when he escapes the prison. If he ends up reviving Tubbo relies a lot on where the plot goes. I think it's a bold claim, but I'd expect Dream to make Ranboo kill Tubbo, and then likely bring him back in some way to torment Tommy somehow a few weeks or a month later. But if Dream would end up reviving Tubbo, who wouldn't he revive? Barring the obvious answers like Mexican Dream, since he was literally just a long bit that Quackity was doing.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Drugs and activities.
No, man! Oh, man!
Just run!
I can't really think of anyone. Almost anyone on the SMP, Dream can bring back as a form of leverage. Either by making bargains with people of if they die, he'll bring them back, or bargaining with people to bring back their friends. And this is the second most likely response to Tubbo's canon death from Tommy, I feel. Instead of being a form of torture for Tommy, Dream repeatedly killing Tubbo and requesting payment from Tommy in the form of his discs to leave him alive seems like such a Dream thing to do. I know I touched on this a lot earlier in the video, but I feel Karl Jacobs' adventures are heavily tied into the afterlife. At the end of multiple different Tales episodes, Karl dies and then is brought back to the in-between. The argument could be made that possibly Karl is already canonically dead by the time Tales takes place, with the in-between being some type of purgatory in which he was placed to right the wrongs of the SMP's past. Again, this theory's a bit out there and I don't quite believe it, but I feel it's worthwhile enough to share. Now that we've covered how resurrection will affect the Dream SMP as a whole, I feel it's only fair we touch on how it being taken out by Dream's canon death will affect the future of the Dream SMP. With the inability to revive people anymore, I feel in the future when Dream dies, people will likely have become reliant on this, making deals with Dream to revive them if they ever died. If no one's able to be brought back, this will leave an SMP full of people who thought they were unable to truly die being suddenly humbled by the realization of death, something which some of them have already experienced and been brought back from. And based on Tommy's reaction on yesterday's stream,
Could send you back, and you could figure
No, no,
out,
no, no, no,
you could
no,
take
no,
notes.
no! Stop it!
it's not exactly something which many of them will likely want to repeat. I think a good final note to end this video on would be to do a quick summary. The impact of TommyInnit's revival is huge for the future of the Dream SMP. It would mean that despite being in prison, Dream is by far still the most powerful member of the server, something which we thought was stripped from him a good solid month ago. If no one who Dream wants to be alive can ever die, even if they wanted to, this means that Dream is honestly right. He's currently the member of the SMP who is closest to being a god. And that is why we can be sure that Pumbaa from The Lion King is actually